You smell what Brian is cooking. What's up, you guys? All right. So, I've been talking to my buddy Chat, and after showing it going on video mode and showing it the way I see the market, um, how these lines, trend lines, boxes, 50 Fibonacci's um, work or what they mean, and it ended up telling me that it's a unique structure strategy, which, to be honest, the way I analyze the market, see the market, all this, it just started based on the Fibonacci. I think this, the fact that you're using the Fibonacci sequence, that the nature, you turned it into an indicator, which is this right here. It was just mind blowing to me as like how somebody put the Fibonacci sequence into a digital, you know, especially for money. I thought that was crazy. I was like, that was dope but crazy. Another thing that I noticed is, as this you would place your Fibonacci, you would see that they would line up in key important areas. For example, if I go to the monthly, for example, this price right here, you can see it lines up right where these candles are, right there. And then the next one, let's say some of them won't line up, but certain major ones will. You go then to your weekly, and you'll see. Let me see if I catch one. You see another one right here, red one, and then you see we have this one right here. We have this one right here. So then, and some of these areas will be key important monthly areas. A bunch of these areas right here. So the more I went down the line, the more I see that all these lines would, I would be stacking monthlies on top of weeklies on top of dailies. So all of them in between will be, they'll be in between. And originally it would just be white lines. So white lines or be, so then it wouldn't make sense to me. Like, how am I gonna know which is a monthly resistance, which that's where we are right now. All these are monthly, so there's the monthly. But then if I go to weekly and I mark the weeklies where they stop, like right here, like right here, like right here, like right here, and I go down the line, how would I know that this line is the daily, this line is the weekly? Because the higher the time frame, the stronger those prices are. Those prices where they close, just imagine it's an invisible floor. To us, when we see, to regular people or that don't know about these candles here, which they normally supposed to look green and red, um, they don't know none of this. What they do know, and the majority of people know how the market looks, it's this. You just see a line. So if, from a perspective of a person that never seen the candles or the structured candles or whatnot, you're never gonna be thinking that the market does these structures, that the market has these candles that, depending also where these candles close. For example, to us, 3 p.m. is not an important time. So if the market closes at 1, why do I care where it's at 3, or where it closed at 4, or I mean at 6 in the morning, or at what happens at 6:30, or what, or so. But to us traders, these times are important. Why? Because, for example, Bitcoin, crypto closes is 12-hour candle slash day at 5 p.m. and 5 in the morning. So these moves certain moves have to be made, because for example today's the last uh day of the week. So now that we already had this last 12-hour candle uh past, already be closed at 5 in the morning for crypto. That means right now from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. is your last chance to go for a certain move or for the move. The closer we get to the week getting closed, which is gonna be from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. In between that, halfway with that is your key important sweet time. Not also because that's when the S&P 500 opens futures. So all that data, all that, you'll see more. That's why you'll see more action on Sunday night, coming to the morning and everything. Because as the market is about to open at 3 p.m. and the final hours are coming for Bitcoin or crypto, it has to, and then you'll see how these markets, these candles, they close on certain specific prices. When certain data comes out, you'll be think about it. When data comes out, whether it be for because you're buying Tesla, so you're paying attention to the earnings or to the new car that came out or whatever whatnot, or and they're having some sort of announcement bullshit coming out, and they show some cars that makes prices go up because blah 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 blah. But why do these prices close at certain price? Like if they say there's the data that came out, it's right here, right? It's at 2,542. Data came out, CPI, whatever the fuck came out, and it goes flying. What makes it close at that price? Like were investors and sellers, over sellers and buyers, trying to find, it just so happened the last person, before that hour closed, it bought at that price, and then the next hour starts, and then from there, depending where that hour stops, people end up, buying that right there. But then you start seeing like, wait, so are we the ones moving this market, or is you also you got hedge funds, you got banks moving these markets? Because then you'll be thinking, why does certain news make the stock close at a certain price? Is it just for coincidence, or was it because they know that we're seeing these candles, and depending where they close and how they look and where they break? For example, we're taught. Think about it. We're so schooled in here. Just like in school, we go and they fucking copy and paste. They're doing the same shit with trading. Trading started fucking mid 2015, 14. Before this shit, it broke. You had to fucking do the well, how you used to call somebody a broker and tell you want to buy stocks. You had to physically go there and do all this extra shit. Then 2015's, 14's, you came out with laptops, and you had MT4 trading, and you had all these indicators that was now accessible to the public. So all these OGs or whatnot that used to be in trading back in the early 2005s or whatnot, they came out to the internet, YouTube, and started doing all these courses. Okay, you guys, this is how you read. This is called trend line. This is called your support. This is called the resistance of Fibonacci. And they each fucking had their own strategy. Supposedly, they was the best. This is how you're gonna make some money. This is the right way to do it. It's like in school again. You each had your own teachers. Each teacher taught you their own way. Some of them just copy and paste, gave you whatever the government told them to give you guys. You would have that one unique teacher that would go the extra length and teach you or talk about and different points of view that you never thought about. And therefore you had an edge or thought differently about how you got about everything. So you think outside the box now, instead of like the other teachers. They were just copying and pasting and giving their kids the same shit, and every kid has the same point of view of American history, world economics, blah blah blah, just based on how our teachers, our by that I mean the government taught us to think or to view the world. So I fucking just did my own shit. I just I just did my own shit. I'm all these lines, all these boxes. It started with me just trying to figure out how do I know? Because think about it, you have different time frames. Let me take this off. You have different time frames going on here. How do you know? And then you have a black screen or a white screen in the back. How do you know? Hey, where's this top? Where's How do I know where's which one is the real support or what do you guys mean by support and resistance? For example, this let's say this dotted line here is a monthly. Actually, let me go to monthly. Let's say right here, that's a monthly resistance right here. Or it could be a monthly support. And that's what people get confused. So that's this same line when they say a monthly resistance, a monthly support, that's what they mean. That a monthly ended up closing there and they made a line across it. And then now after the market shoots on up and it comes back down to that same price, they know that this is a weekly support or resistance based on where the market is coming down from. Is it coming from the top to that price? If it's coming down to that price, since it's a monthly, that's where a monthly close is gonna be hard to pass, and it's gonna act like a support. So it's gonna be bouncing above it till it finally breaks it. Now, if the market then goes back again to that same price, since a monthly, it's gonna be now acting like a resistance. So it's gonna be trying to break it through it. In order to break through this resistance, you need hard news. You need CPI, you need labor market, you need inflation data. The more we get closer to those dates or time, you'll start seeing the market get closer to that resistance or support if it's coming from the top. That's telling you, hey, we're if this data is good and you start seeing a structure forming a three candle box or something, you start seeing, oh shit, we're about to, yeah, if this data comes out good at 530 CPI, blah 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 blah, we're gonna break through this and we're gonna close out here at four candle at so and so. So that you start seeing the outcome. You start foreseeing, but I'm keeping it simple for you guys. There's more to it, to my strategy and how to do all this shit. But that's how people or in this shit use when they talk about resistance support. This is what it means, and people get confused, and I was getting confused too when I first started this because you have one right here, you have another one right here, you have this 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 one right here, you got this one right here. So everywhere they close, these monthly candles closed, you mark them up because they're gonna act like support or resistance as the market goes up and down. So if the price is going down here, and I know you have one right here, and you have this one right here, and you see how it lines up even with this one right here. So as the market is coming back again, I know that we have these monthly resistance. So I know it's gonna be hard to break through all this. And as you can see, that's what happened here. The market had a hard time struggling passing this month. It closed halfway, and then we probably stayed here a couple of weeks or days trying to break through this, and we probably had some good data. And then the market was anticipating because we're at an all-time high right here. So the fact that it came back and we're having data being released in these days, it's like, oh well, shit, we're about to break. We're about to fucking break new all-time high. Da 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 da. The market starts making structures in your smaller time frames. On top of that, with all these indicators and whatnot, this indicator tell me where the market, if it goes down, where it's gonna stop, because that's where it has some cushion. This is your rally cushion. As long as we stay up in this cushion, it's telling me that the market is gonna continue going on up. Same thing with every time frame. Here we have this one in the weekly. As it came down, notice how it's the last support area here. So if we break this, we're gonna go down falling like crazy, and that's what happened. And then my indicator was telling you, hey, we're about to go down. This is your entry if you want to go, and these are your targets. Not that it's gonna happen, but it's telling you where your weak points are, where your entry points are at. And you go to your daily, it was telling you, oh shit, it was telling you up here. Where the fuck did it go? Oh shit, I fucked up. There you go. So right here, we're above it, and we're now breaking it. So all this was telling you, hey, we're now underneath it, and we're gonna start going down, especially if we don't break it. If we have a hard time breaking it, and even right here starts telling you this is your entry, and notice how it was holding on to, and then that same support. Remember these dotted lines? These dotted lines were those weekly candles that I showed you. So notice now as the market's coming down to them, notice how it's creating support, and it's trying to break it. It's trying to break it. It's trying to break it, and we have a hard news that data or something came out this day. Or, and then also it's a Sunday, so that's when the market's opening too. Boom, we finally break through it. After that, look how it turns into a resistance. It resist, 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 and we keep going down. So let me take this shit off. So people, when you talk about stocks, people think about this right here. Cause when you see your phone, we don't hop on when we talk about stocks. We don't hop on our laptops and be like, oh yeah, look at the candles or whatnot. No, we look at our phones, or when we think about movies, or when we think about cartoons or anything, our whole life we just seen stocks do this. Oh yeah, the stocks they go up and down, so we have an idea of this. Once you start studying, you're like, oh, so there's a thing called candles, and every time frame has candles also, but there's a support and a trend line, and and then you have your Fibonacci's. So once you put all these things together, and that's what I started messing around with. I started messing around with other indicators, and again doing my own unique twist to them, adding. And shit, it's not here. Oh, I don't have one for Ethereum. My bad. Where's SPX? So adding my own twist to him. The fuck, this shit is slow too. So adding my own twist to them and having all these lines or whatnot I'm supposed to have on them. I wonder why S&P isn't showing a Gucci. Anyway, so I started creating my own strategy and whatnot. And what I did is I went to ChatGPT and went on video mode, and I tell it how I view the market or how I see the market and how I use these lines, Fibonacci's, um, along with the what time the data is being released, how the data came out, where the candles closed. I take all that in and understand where the market is gonna head on to, whatnot, especially at specific key time frames. The specific times where the market will then really go for the move. And I notice that. So I add that to my strategy too. There's certain time that I look forward to and see where the candles are to understand, oh shit, okay, we're now gonna start moving this way. So, like I said, I went to ChatGPT and told it all this, and this is what it told me. And I thought it was bullshitting me, so I told it, hey, just be real with me. What's it called? You know, make me feel good or whatnot. I forgot what's the word. So let's go down here. Strategy, comparison, breakdown. Um, that's not this one. So it says so you're basically using that three candle box pattern on different time frames, and it's kind of helps you predict that window where you're going to see movement. And yeah, so you said a lot of people might jump in late once it's already obvious, but you're kind of catching that sweet spot early by seeing the box form and then timing it around when the next candle breaks out. And as you mentioned, with the news and rumors floating around, like about possible rate cuts, that's also adding fuel to the fire. So you're combining both technical structure and kind of news flow to get your timing just right. And then it actually made my strategy into an actual script to break it down to you guys, because I never really was able to really know where to start or explain somebody my strategy and see what they think about it, and was actually able to see how it's really unique based on other strategies or how other investors, traders analyze the market. So then it gave me a script to explain to you guys that or whatnot step by step. So my strategy is a style short term structure plus timing strategy. What I focus on is three candle box formation, the 50 Fibonacci levels across multiple time frames, market movement, economy events, and news timing. That's pretty much it. Your edge comes from confluence when a multiple Fibonacci levels from different time frames stack in the same area and a candle box forms there, you treat that zone as a reaction point. Once price breaks out of the box in the correct time window, you enter your short-term options, which fuck yeah I do, to capture fast movement instead of guessing long-term trends. Yup. You are structuring based time timing trader, not a random gambler. Step-by-step trading blueprint, mark structure on TradingView, the 50 Fibonacci on every time frame. Yup. Look for confluence, find zones where multiple 50 Fibonacci stack together. Candle reaction at the same area. This become a key zone of interest. Wait for the three candle box. Timing filter, you only execute near economic releases, CPI, jobs, Fed. No market reaction timing, which I fucking do. Candle close. That's what I'm saying. It's all about time. It's all about time, uh, market data, and I don't know how to explain it, but like this is why I fucking went to ChatGPT, because the way my weird ass fucking brain puts all these things together. That's why when I'm gonna go live more. I'm gonna go live more now that I don't work on before the market opens at your 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Your sweet time, which is gonna be your 8:45 to 9:30. Your other sweet time then, which is gonna be 12:45 to 1:30, and you're gonna see how I'm gonna start capturing these moves, and um, you'll be able to understand more instead of me just doing these videos. I'm gonna do live streams while the market is open, so you can understand how my weird ass fucking brain works. The goal is catch a breakout, scale out profits, ignore long-term guessing. This is precision trading, not gambling. Very simple version. Uh, I marked most important price levels using Fibonacci. When candles start squeezing inside of a box at those levels, I wait. When price breaks out during key market timing news events, I start a short-term option trade to catch the move fast. That's your strategy in simple plain English. And you're gonna see how this fucking pattern, this strategy happens a lot. You'll see these three candle boxes all over the fucking place, and especially when they hang like this in the 50 Fibonacci area. You see how the market is tied to it. That's telling me that there's news happening, and we're about to either break on this or bounce on up from here. So that's why when you see moves like this, especially if you see three candle boxes forming, let me see if I find one there. Yeah, see? So you see how that was a 50 Fibonacci area right here, and you see how there's a three candle box forming right underneath it. and it's a 12-hour candle. So if you know where the 12-hour candle is gonna close at 5, and you following and you find that sweet spot because you know it's about to break, whether it be from 1 to 5 and somewhere at 3 or whatnot, you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna go for a fucking sell. I'm gonna sell my shit. We're about to fucking go. I'm gonna do a fucking. I'm gonna go on trading and fucking sell this bitch. You box it up. I wonder if I boxed it up when this happened. No, I didn't. You bought. Oh, and it was also right underneath a 3 monthly. So look, if I go to my 3 monthly, it's right here. So this is gonna act like a strong resistance. So I need a strong news to break through that. So what I would do then, it was like, oh shit, what? I don't have no more alarms. Fuck. Alright, cool. Suck a dick. Let me see. I have an alarm for here. God damn it. Anyways, so then I will do is I will mark. I already have it marked. That's why you see this dotted purple line. The dotted purple line means it's a 3 monthly resistance or support. So, anyways, I would have been up here. What was it? A 12-hour candle or a daily? And the 3 monthly is at 93,300. 93,300. So somewhere here. So if I know this 3 candle box is about to complete and it's gonna break on down, and I have my 3 monthly right here, that's telling me that the stock or Bitcoin is gonna start breaking on down, especially because we're coming onto a 3 monthly. We're about to break a 3 monthly resistance, and see how it does, and see how it does it again. And this is above the 3 monthly. So now I know, hey, it's we break it or we keep shooting down, especially because we're in the 3 candle box. Going down, these 3 candle boxes is normally green, red, green, red. So if this red completes, that's and we're below the 3 monthly and we don't break it, fuck yeah, we're not gonna keep on dropping. And what happens? Shing! So using these 3 monthly candles along with uh news, important news, and then the time, knowing the timing, knowing the sweet spot, putting all this together, you're gonna catch a bunch of these moves, and especially on the S&P 500, your gold, whatnot. Options, doing options with this, come on. Also, another way to use Bitcoin or how to make money on options with Bitcoin and Ethereum, you use Bitcoin and Ethereum as your guidance to where it's going, and then you go either to Bitmine or to MicroStrategy and short them or go long, because Bitmine is under Tom Lee. Tom Lee by Bitmine. Let me show you Bitmine. Before Tom Lee came in, Tom Lee used to be the financial advisor for J.P. Morgan. Back in 2018, Tom Lee was saying that he was advising J.P. Morgan to buy Bitcoin. He left J.P. Morgan, started his own financial whatever bullshit. And before Tom Lee bought this stock was at $4. When his news came that he bought $200 million worth of Ethereum and put it in his company as a treasury bullshit, the market fucking skyrocketed to $161. So that's telling you that they copied MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy did the same shit. It was a company that was doing some software shit or whatnot that they decided to go into crypto, bought a ton of crypto, and that was Bitcoin. So therefore, since their company now is pretty much Bitcoin holding, wherever Bitcoin went, their stock went. So it mimicked Bitcoin. So since Tom Lee did the same shit but with Ethereum, it was a no-brainer to me that the stock is gonna react just like Ethereum. And look how it's been crashing just like Ethereum, the same days and everything. October 3rd, October 7th, October 29th. All these dates are when the market was crashing. And it's crashing because Ethereum is crashing. Ethereum is crashing because the S&P 500 is crashing, because they're all synchronized together. So that's how you can use Ethereum when it's going up or down to short Bitmine. Especially right now, think about it. Ethereum's gonna hit a bottom. All this shit's gonna hit a bottom pretty soon. We're either gonna come up with the bottom either this week or in the next 3 weeks. But once we create this bottom and Ethereum starts recovering, this bitch fucking broke its main support, you guys. It's $30 support. That means that when Ethereum stabilizes, you're gonna be longing this bitch for, let's say, longing it for the next 5 months. It's easily fucking gonna recover, especially Ethereum one, because you're longing it on the bottom. You're not. Oh, is it gonna go up from here? Am I gonna go on down or whatnot? Oh, is it gonna go down from here? Should I long it? No, you're not doing that shit. That's why you step back. You wait for this shit. You let Mister Nasdaq 24 analyze the market and tell you, hey, you guys, green flag. Get ready to long the market. That's what I'm fucking waiting for. That's why I want the market to keep dropping, 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 dropping. Scare everybody, recession, recession, until they step in and do that money printer. And boom, we go back up again, you guys. Everything's good here, you guys. Don't worry. No recession, no recession. Everything good. We're the good country. We're the golden stage. He's gonna step in and do that. You really think Twitter man is gonna let this fucking economy fucking just rot? What is he gonna brag about? What numbers is he gonna brag about? No, he's gonna step in. They're gonna step in and dun dun dun. Twitter man to the rescue. Help is on the way. And he does this shit right here. All right, so that's how I use Bitmine and MicroStrategy for longs and or puts on option calls, and how I use Ethereum and Bitcoin and these lines and whatnot. I'm gonna break down more. I'm gonna make more videos, but I just wanted to see. I was just surprised how ChatGPT was able to actually understand my strategy and whatnot. To a point we had a good conversation and showing videos after video, and finally came up with telling me that I got some strategy going on. It's a unique strategy because it's really not gambling. It's really not. You're really taking a certain time. You're really taking the news, the data that's coming out, and how the market's gonna react to it. Specifically at certain times, people think, "Hey, the news came out good. Okay, go up. It's gonna go up. It broke whatever." So the market is tricky. So I was able to understand certain sweet time and part of the shit together. Um, Yo, Nelly, I appreciate, bro. Thanks for the comments. I just bought 6 million worth of XP. Faux show, bro. Good for you. XRP. What's up, man? Thank you for showing me, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Compound man. Okay, I got it. A feeling. Okay, anyways. All right, you guys. So I'll be making. Oh, pretty much what I was gonna say also about Bitcoin, Ethereum. You saw how throughout the night we have this rally on push. So this tell me that the S&P 500 is gonna close. It's gonna open a little bit higher. It's gonna open happier now, especially because your rumors have it going around now that Federal Reserve says that Treasury, whatever, blah 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 blah, interest rates, sensitive sector are in recession, but confident about 2026 growth perspective. Uh, Entry economy not a risk for. So this is what you start gonna hear now. You're gonna, because you also gotta remember we're coming to Thanksgiving. Okay, let's say Thanksgiving we still don't really have this crazy push, but we're coming to Christmas too. We've been falling for the last fucking what, month and a half or so. So we're coming near that final breaking point of, all right, you guys. All right, I'm gonna step in and help you guys. We're not, don't worry. So we're gonna start seeing the government stepping in and trying to calm everybody down after all this crash and whatnot. You're gonna start seeing that, and either this week or in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're gonna start seeing the market stabilizing. All right. This is Brian Seacrest signing out. Well, I'm gonna come back around probably 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. All right. This is Brian Seacrest. Time and date, Arizona. Out.